YouTube, what is going on? It's the Narrow Top 23. I'm back with another video. Before we get into the video, YouTube, I need you to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Turn that post notification bell while you at it. Today we got a good video, man. We got the real Alonzo Harris from Training Day, Rafael Perez. So if you've seen the movie Training Day, you know how the man went, man. You know what was going on, man. He was a real corrupt cop. I didn't know that it was based off a true person, but we're gonna get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it.
Training Day. A film about a crooked LA cop played by Denzel Washington, but what many don't know is that the character Alonzo Harris is actually based on a real cop. Ray Lopez born Rafael Antonio Perez on August 22, 1967. He was a former police officer with the Los Angeles Police Department and the central figure in the LAPD Rampart scandal. An officer with the Community Resources Against Street Hoodlums Task Force, Perez was involved in numerous crimes and corruption, notably the shooting and framing of Javier Ovando, in addition to the theft and resale of at least $800,000 of cocaine from LAPD evidence lockers. Perez is accused of being a member of the Bloods and of murdering the notorious B.I.G. at the behest of producer Suge Knight of Death Row Records. When Perez was finally arrested, he implicated 70 other Rampart Division officers in various forms of misconduct, ranging from bad shootings to consuming alcohol while on duty. Over 100 convictions were overturned based on Perez's testimony. This is the story of Rafael Perez. Perez was born in Humacao, Puerto Rico in 1967 and moved to Brooklyn, New York in 1972. Some months later he moved to Paterson, New Jersey, and then he would eventually move to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1982. Perez graduated from high school in 1985 and enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, where he was stationed in Maine and California. He was hired by the LAPD after leaving the military in 1989. Prior to this, he had been a reject and passed over for hiring by background investigators from several other departments in Southern California. He also looked and acted in a gang-like manner. After serving on routine patrol duties, Perez was transferred to a narcotics unit in 1992. In 1995, he was transferred to Rampart Division and assigned to Crash, an anti-gang unit given a long leash by the LAPD. Perez gained a reputation as a tough and effective officer, valued for his fluency in Spanish and his knowledge of LA's gangs. According to Perez, he first began stealing drug money at the urging of his partner. One thing led to the next, and before you know it, Perez was stealing and dealing pounds of cocaine. On October 12, 1996, Perez and his partner Nino Durden shot and framed an unarmed gang member, Javier Ovando. Ovando, who was left paralyzed, was sentenced to 23 years in prison based on the office's false testimony. Ovando is an immigrant to the United States and a former member of the powerful 18th Street Gang. On September 16, 1999, Ovando was released from prison after Perez recanted his earlier testimony. The district attorney's office filed a writ of habeas corpus overturning Ovando's conviction. Ovando had spent 2.5 years incarcerated. On November 21, 2000, Ovando received a $15 million settlement, the largest police misconduct settlement in Los Angeles history. Perez was also rumored to be involved in the murder of the notorious B.I.G. On April 16, 2007, Wallace's relatives filed a wrongful death suit against the city of Los Angeles, former LAPD officer Rafael Perez and his partner former officer Nino Durden, seeking unspecified general, compensatory and punitive monetary damages. The lawsuit was filed in the Los Angeles Superior Court by Wallace's mother, his widow Faith Evans, and his 2 children.
He didn't kill Biggie, man.
The lawsuit states that Perez, Nino Durden, their partner former officer David Mack, and certain unknown persons were responsible for the death of Christopher Wallace. The rapper was shot to death on March 9, 1997, as he and Sean Combs left the 11th annual Soul Train Music Awards after party held at the Peterson Automotive Museum on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. The lawsuit states the killing was committed in a very organized and professional manner, suggesting that a high degree of coordination and planning preceded his murder. The suit further alleges that Perez admitted to the LAPD that he and David Mack conspired to murder and participated in the murder of Christopher Wallace. It was alleged that Perez was on duty during the night of March 9, 1997, but there was no evidence of that allegation. On November 6, 1997, fellow crash officer David Mack and two accomplices stole $722,000 during a robbery at a Bank of America branch near the University of Southern California campus.
Yeah.
Mack entered the bank and claimed he wanted to access his safe deposit box. The bank teller, Romero, who was his girlfriend at the time, admitted him to the secure area, where he threw her to the floor and robbed the vault of $722,000. In her capacity as branch assistant manager, Romero had ordered double the usual amount of cash to be on hand at the bank on the day of the robbery. After 1 month of investigation, Romero confessed to her role in the crime and implicated Mack as the mastermind. He was arrested in December 1997 and sentenced to 14 years. His two accomplices were never caught. On August 25, 1998, Perez, then age 31 and a 9-year veteran of the Los Angeles Police Department, was arrested for stealing 6 pounds of cocaine from a department property room. The theft was originally suspected to be an attempt at framing fellow officer Frank Liga in retaliation for the shooting of Perez's friend, Kevin Gaines. The cocaine was estimated to be worth $800,000 on the street.
He looked sick.
His December 1998 trial ended as a mistrial. To avoid a second trial and the possible conviction of his second wife, who according to authorities may have known about Perez's illegal activities, on September 8, 1999, he cut a plea bargain with authorities. In his plea bargain he revealed the Rampart scandal in exchange for immunity for his misconduct. After his release from prison he settled with his family in Inglewood. Then in 2006 he had a second divorce. He then moved and lived in many cities like Redondo Beach and San Diego and had a series of different jobs. He currently lives in Chino Hills and, as of May 2015, is reported to work as a limo driver.
Chino
He was seen driving for producer Harvey Weinstein.
He up there with a
Other notable
now.
character based on Rafael Perez were Frank Tenpenny from the 2004 video game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and the television series The Shield is based on the Los Angeles Rampart scandal, and the show's main character, Officer Vic Mackey, is based loosely on Rafael Perez. Thanks for watching.
Man.
Be sure to subscribe to the channel.
It's like, no matter what you did, well, I ain't gonna say it like that, but if you have a movie based off you, that's just fire. Like, they got a whole movie based off stuff that you did in your life. That's just fire. But you, man, if you're rocking with the channel, why don't you leave me a like, comment, subscribe. Catch me on the next one.